Hello and welcome to this week's episode of the Hunterdon County Farm to Fork series. My name is Muehlbauer and I am the Hunterdon County Agricultural Agent. Today, I will be teaching you about both the history and production of tomatoes. Tomatoes originated in South America. They were brought to Europe in the late 1800s. However, they were only used as an ornamental plant until the late 1800s because the Europeans believed that the fruit was poisonous. Fast forward to today, and tomatoes are the second most consumed vegetable after potatoes. Tomatoes are commercially produced in the United States for both processing and fresh marketing. Processing tomatoes are destined for tomato pastes, sauces, and canned products. In 2017, the U.S. grew 1.4 million tons of fresh market tomatoes and 14.7 million tons of processing tomatoes. A total of 300,000 acres are used for processed tomatoes in the United States, which yields approximately $600 million in profits, while 130,000 acres are devoted to fresh market production, totaling approximately $1.4 billion. 2/3 of the U.S. tomato acreage is actually located in California and Florida, although we do have many farmers that grow tomatoes in New Jersey. Tomatoes are members of the Solanaceae family, otherwise known as the nightshade family. Other members include tobacco, potatoes, peppers, and eggplant. Tomatoes are self-pollinated. They also need consistent moisture throughout the growing season. Tomatoes also need temperatures of 55 to 90 degrees Fahrenheit for optimal growth, pollination, and maturity. Tomatoes have two growth habits: determinate, where they grow to a genetically specified height and produce fruiting flowers at one single point in time. In contrast, indeterminate varieties continue to grow and produce fruiting flowers throughout the season. They also get very large. Most specialty type tomatoes, many of your heirlooms, are actually indeterminate varieties. Nearly all tomatoes require training, and this can be done with string and posts or cages. Now, this is especially true of the indeterminate varieties that grow very large. This also, in addition to holding up the plant, it helps to minimize disease and maximize yields. Unfortunately, tomatoes are susceptible to a number of diseases. The most prevalent ones in New Jersey are early blight and gray leaf spot, both of which are fungal diseases which overwinter in crop debris left in the soil. They will also infect plants and kill leaves from the bottom of the plant up. Now, there are thousands of varieties of tomatoes available to both home gardeners and farmers as well. They include plums, cherries, beefsteaks. Different colors include green, yellow, some are even fuzzy. Many of these varieties are heirloom or older varieties passed down from generation to generation. They are often not suited for large-scale production due to difficulties with shipping, soft fruit, uneven ripening, disease susceptibility, and their indeterminate growth habit. Many varieties, however, are used for commercial production, and those tend to be hybrid varieties. These are the result of crosses of two inbred tomato varieties. These varieties often result in hybrid vigor and disease resistance. Some of the most notable varieties of tomatoes have been bred here in New Jersey at Rutgers University, one of which is Ramapo. This is a red tomato variety that is harvested near the end of the season and has a classic flattened globe shape with what is described as a classic Jersey tomato flavor. Similar to the Rutgers Ramapo tomato is the Rutgers 250 variety, which is the result of a joint project between Rutgers University and the Campbell Soup Company. It has been historically one of the most widely grown tomato varieties. Lastly, and a personal favorite of mine that we'll talk about, is Cherokee Purple. This is a hybrid, which is an early flat globe variety with purple color and a rich tomato flavor. I hope you all enjoyed learning more about tomatoes with me. Tune in next week to learn how to make a tomato recipe with our Family Health and Consumer Science agent, Sandra Grency. And if you want to learn more about tomatoes and all of the research that's done at Rutgers University, please sign up for the Back to the Farm research tour being held at Rutgers University Snyder Research Farm right here in Hunterdon County on Tuesday, August 24th from 2 to 7. Enjoy!